Hi and hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Preeti Rao and I am both a real estate and a mortgage broker for close to 20 years. Now, everyone who owns a home knows that in the past, Canadian banks were almost always offering mortgage holders an automatic renewal offer. But it seems that Canadian banks are now threatening not to renew mortgages as they come up for renewal in the coming years. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what's happening. But before we get into that, you know the drill. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and tap that bell icon. It gets me motivated to keep you up to date with everything real estate. Now, I don't know if you are aware that banks might be practicing what's called as customer deselection. Now, apart from your repayment history, customer deselection might have a little bit to do with how profitable you are as a client. So knowing how to negotiate with the banks for a better rate is going to be imperative. This threat to not renew mortgages from Canadian banks actually came as an article from Bloomberg. Mortgage growth buckles under weight of rate hikes in Canada. And it is this article that covers several things. It starts by talking about the fact that mortgage growth is down from last year. In fact, mortgage growth has slowed to 4% in fiscal third quarter. That's compared with an annual growth rate of 9.8% a year earlier. So what this means is that people are still borrowing money and that loan books are still growing and they're borrowing more money, but just not at the rate that they were doing previously. Now, if this number even turns negative, that's where I think things are going to get very scary. Now, the article goes on and on to discuss the amount of impaired loans in the 5 major bank portfolios, and this has almost doubled from a year ago. It talks about how loans that are impaired have a likelihood of default, and this comes with a cost, and that's to be accounted for in the bank's finances. Now, you don't need to worry about all of that. But what you need to know is the fact that if clients are at a stage 3, it typically means that they have gone more than 90 days without making a payment. So, in other words, the people who hold these loans can't afford to make the payments, which means they are likely to end up in default. And as the article in Bloomberg says, there are significantly more people who haven't been able to make their payments. And that's to be expected, right? I mean, look at the cost of everything gone up. It's crazy. So now the question is, what would make you come under this customer deselection category? Basically, if you haven't made all your payments, if you're behind, if you've missed a payment, if you haven't made it up, or if you've had credit cards that you've missed payments on, or some other sort of derogatory form of credit, whether with the bank or not with the bank, well, you could find yourself in a situation where the bank is offering you a renewal agreement that is absolutely absurd. So basically at an extremely high interest rate that encourages you to go elsewhere. And they do have the power to do so, not provide you a renewal option at all, and ask you to either pay out the mortgage or go find another lender. Now, the problem with that is that if you find yourself in a situation where they're asking you to take your business elsewhere, there's a high likelihood that you no longer qualify for a mortgage, that you no longer qualify for the mortgage that you have, which means you could be forced into a sale. And where this gets really problematic is in the event that the property values have come down over the last 2 to 3 years and your property is no longer worth what you own on it. This could create a pretty serious cascading effect throughout the entire economy. Now, I'm not saying that this has not happened to people in the past. Yes, it has, at a very minimal scale. Even then, the banks would still work to hold on to you as a client. Today, the situation is completely the opposite. So as soon as you get that renewal notice, no matter what, always talk to an experienced mortgage broker for proper guidance. Till then, stay tuned. And if you have questions or want any kind of clarifications, please don't hesitate to call me. If you still don't know who I am, go check my rating on Google and read my client reviews. Till then, Take care. If you found value and liked this video and would like to see more content, click on the boxes on the screen. Once again, my name is Preeti Rao. My contact information is in the description box below. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, and that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to call me because I hold the key that opens the door to your dream home.